You're listening to Sneaky G, the Cowboy Hippie, and the Clary OG, the Two Roost podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
I'ma keep it 100, you heard me? Look, to be honest, y'all ain't even on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all ain't even supposed to be here, but since we all here, let me tell you what's real, to be honest. Y'all ain't even...
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stephen, a.k.a. Sticky G. But I'm chilling with my malacas, the Clary OG,
What's going on, fellas?
and also the well-rested Cowboy Hippie.
What's up with it?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I don't know about well.
Hold on, let me get. There we go. Now let's put us in our right places. My Mother's Day, with Angie, aka Mama Boss, was okay, and Clary's was decent. Yours must have been lit as shit. I mean, if I had a Mother's Day party where I had to sleep afterward, I'm down. Hey, let's do it.
Well, the crazy thing is, it was my mom's birthday the day before Mother's Day.
Oh, enough said.
Yeah. So we were at the fight, and you know how that goes. And then by the time I got home and everything, yeah, that was done. So
hey,
it was a good night. It was a good night. Great fight. In the ring and outside of the ring. I probably saw about 6 fights walking in and out of the stadium. So yeah, it was real good.
Well, how was your week? How was your week this week, guys? You had a good week?
Yes, sir. So much rain, though.
It's raining. It's going to rain for 7 more straight days.
They could keep this mess. This is just...
No, we need the rain, Sneaky, to get us through the summer.
Yeah.
We need this rain. This is good timing, dude. This is good timing. We need to fill up. It's going to flood probably a couple places, but...
Dallas is flooded.
Yeah. Well, Dallas always floods right there on Loop 12, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas floods when it gets 2 inches of rain, man.
I just don't get why people still try to drive through it, though.
Yeah, I know.
Victor says, where is everybody? I think they're coming. It's going to take some time. Oh, wait. He said that because there was a delay. Yeah, that was on me. I was trying to find the intro, but, we got it done.
I was confused, too.
I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, oh, my God, I know I didn't delete it. It's here somewhere. But hey, now we can do the damn thing. Well, let's address the elephant in the room. The NFL schedule came out. The drive for 5 for us was initiated on Wednesday. First game, Broncos, easy dub. Who you guys got?
No, Broncos aren't going to be an easy dub.
We have Go ahead. No, let's talk about the Giants real quick.
Yeah, I don't think the Broncos are an easy dub.
Well, I see us winning. We're gonna win.
No, yeah. It's. I think the Broncos are going to surprise some people this year, bro. That's why I said
by
that.
getting Aaron Rodgers.
No, not by getting Rodgers, dude. That's why next year. That's a done thing, bro. That's done. That'd be cool, but no, I think the Broncos are going to be okay, bro.
They got a hell of a defense.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, so do we. So do we.
I don't think our defense is on the level of Denver. Denver still has Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Simmons, and they just got Surtain. So they got a good squad.
Clear, because go Bears.
Hey.
Yeah, we got you second game towards the end of the season. Yep.
Bears?
Yeah. Matter of fact, our last 4 games are Cowboys at home, Eagles away, Chicago away, and then we finish up with Washington. So
I love when it ends on the division, because as you saw what happened last season. things
Yeah.
can happen where we're
lot of
watching
things.
each other's games and everything like
Yeah.
that. So, a lot of people that I think that are getting slept on is the Saints. I don't think they're going to be good this season. I honestly think they might be one of the worst teams this season. They don't know who their quarterback is. They're still going to try to do the whole thing with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill. And I mean, I feel like Drew Brees was holding that team together. What do y'all think?
Well,
No,
I think.
I don't think they're a playoff team. At least I don't think they're a playoff
Yeah,
team at all.
Agree.
Well, I mean, anytime you transition from one Hall of Fame quarterback to a whole new, quarter, if you will. Yes, and I'm speaking from experience. There's going to be some lag time, and I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe Jameis Winston, if they come out. I mean, if he comes out prepared, I hear he got LASIK surgery, so maybe that might help him now. So, which I mean, I would have loved to seen him on the field with the old school Eric Dickerson glasses. I mean, kind of bring those back, a little bit. But
as a quarterback, that would be pretty cool.
right? I mean, he'd be reinventing that style again. But I think we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, Jameis Winston he can either make your team the best offense or make your team to have the most turnover ratio.
I think it's going to help playing with Kamara and those guys, man. It's going to even out a little bit, man. He had no run support really in Tampa Bay,
right?
And so with that beast back there, bro, that's gonna take a little pressure off the dinks, the dumps, those short plays, man. Mm-hmm. If Winston wants to give that out, we all know Winston likes to chunk the ball downfield, though. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna change the way he plays too.
And he still doesn't have the receivers for that. I mean, Michael Thomas is not really a deep threat. He's the receiver you want for a dink and dump. He does the quick little small routes real fast and all that. So we'll see. It's gonna be a good one though.
Hold on, here we go. ICG can't wait to play the Cowboys week 1. LOL. Yeah, Tampa against Cowboys. Well, wait. Before we go on to you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Before what? Now, granted, we don't know what the Broncos team looks like right now, and we don't know what the Giants team looks like. Both teams last year didn't play in the playoffs. Both teams last year finished under 500.
Yeah.
So I think at best, it's a coin flip.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, that being said, yeah, I'm going to say that I could see us, and the advantage we have is at home. Fans will be back in the stage. Mm-hmm. Energy will be high. I mean, I honestly wouldn't. Of course, I'm going to say I wouldn't bet against us, but that's just me.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was going to talk about the line opening. To someone brought up Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. The opening line. What do you guys? I know the line. What do you guys think? Tampa Bay is favored by opening day.
Isn't it like 6 or something?
Yeah, it's 6.
Exactly 6.
I mean, it'll move, but
I cheated. I
went over some of the early lines, but that's interesting, man. That's pretty much what I thought it'd be at too, but. They're playing at home. They're playing the Cowboys are on the road. They're playing in Tampa Bay, right? And then game 2 is on the road as well. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say something here. I feel like the Cowboys are going to start the season 0-2, and they're going to have to come out of a hole. I don't like them away at Tampa Bay, and I seriously don't like them with the quarterback in San Diego for game 2 on the road. So I have the Cowboys coming out the gate 0-2.
Wait. You're saying Herbert might be skillful enough?
Yes.
Now, are you saying that because of...
I'm saying that because of our defense.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay.
So, I think the Cowboys... Now, look, we're not talking about the whole season record yet because it'll surprise you at the end what I think. But I do think the Cowboys start off 0-2, though.
We could definitely get... Okay, I guess you agree or disagree, Cowboy?
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers... I mean, yeah, you could say they have Justin Herbert, and he's good and all. But that's not that can't be the only team that's the only reason they're going to beat us. So, and I think our defense is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Dan Quinn, what he's doing, especially so far in this offseason, he's showing what we haven't had in a while, and that's a defensive coach who is really down to coach the players. And we talked about this a little bit. The guys that we drafted are guys that have a chip on their shoulder, are a little bit of a dog, and we haven't had that. I mean, think about it. We drafted 2 linebackers, and they're pretty much saying, "Hey, everybody's fighting for competition." Vander Esch, don't matter. He's been here for three seasons. Jalen Smith just got a contract. They're going to be fighting for playing time, and that shows a lot for a defensive coordinator to come in and say, "Hey, it's anybody's." So don't be surprised if the Cowboys' defense is, I'll say, top 15, and top 15 with our offense can easily get us to the NFC Championship. Boom.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think.
Did you just say NFC Championship?
If our defense is top 15, and obviously our offense is going to be top 5, we can make it to the NFC Championship.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say. We're talking about long term, man. I say the Cowboys do start 0-2, but they recover and they finish 9-8, and they make the playoffs with a 9-8 record.
Do you want to go through the record or the?
Well, that's kind of that's what I think we should do. Now hold on. So what we should do. Let's do it by quarters. Let's do it by like months, like first 4. Okay. Second, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like do it that way. So the Giants, we got Broncos, we got Broncos at home, Washington away, Atlanta at home, Saints away. I could honestly see us going 4-0 right off the bat.
Okay, so you said first one at Denver, correct?
No. We're at home.
Okay,
they're
home at Denver. Yeah. Okay, then that's a win. I'll give y'all that one as a win.
Yeah.
Second game,
Washington in Washington. I believe that the streak will continue.
That's a loss.
Our broom. Well, I mean, you got to look. For me, it's going to be a low-scoring game with both defenses being tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just think Jones is a little bit better and I'm assuming Fitzpatrick is going to be the one starting.
Oh, definitely.
I think Jones is a little bit better than Fitz. I believe that. So that's why I believe. Well, it's probably going to be like a 13-17 type game or a 10-10 game. Saquon coming back and our new weapons. I could see that being a win for us.
See, with Fitzmagic, I like the reason why I like him so much is because he doesn't give a shit. He'll throw the ball, no matter if there's 2 corners on you or 4. And they have Terry McLaurin, who's a jump ball kind of receiver, and they added weapons to their offense also. So their defense is already great. I mean, you saw what they did last year with the rookie defensive end. He has one more year under his belt. And with the tools that they have, they're the most scariest team in our division other than the Cowboys.
You're talking about Chase Young?
Yes. That dude is a beast, and he was only 21 last year, so he's still growing into his body. So that defense is going to be disgusting, and I see y'all losing that game.
So for I will say this, for the 2 games we played on last year, granted, Andrew Thomas and Chase Young were both rookies. Mm-hmm. I don't remember hearing his name at all throughout that game. And I think that may continue come game 2.
Now, who's your left tackle?
Our left tackle, well, that's going to be up for competition. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to put Thomas back, and then because we're going to have depth in the offensive line this year. We're going to have depth. Clary, you want to?
I just think 2 bad teams on I'll just take the home team. I think Washington wins that game at home.
Makes sense.
I just go with the percentages, man. And I think every team's pretty much bad in the NFC East. That's why I say that, man. It's no disrespect to your Giants or to the Washington football team or Cowboys or Eagles, man. But I believe the Eagles are the worst team in the division this year coming up. But no, I take the home team. When 2 teams are like that, I just take the home team. So Washington.
Okay. And now you got and then we have Atlanta. I think we have Atlanta at home. I truly believe that this is probably going to be Matt Ryan's last year with the Falcons. And I think that with our defense, I think our defense is going to contain him. That's why, I mean, that one I could see easily being a 24-10 game, Giants. And I think that will be the game that's going to set us up and kind of make a statement of that we're going to be the real deal this year.
Now,
That's just my thoughts.
you're putting a lot of trust on this defense. What
Mm-hmm.
made this defense so much better from last year to this year? I mean, because the way you're talking is making it seem that they're going to be top 3.
Definitely top. I mean, we were top 10 last year in points. I mean, why not? Why not? I mean,
That's why I'm asking. So what's going to make
so
it
I
better?
think so with the addition, now we have a number 2 corner in Jackson from Bradbury. We have the the second round pick in Aziz. With with the combination of I think it's a Schulter from the Detroit Lions. He has a 1-year contract to either make or break his career. I think he's going to ball out this year. And plus, I mean, without saying, Peppers, this is going to be McKinney's second year. I think our defense is going to be. Our defense will be recognized this year.
Against Atlanta, it's going to be tough for you because you got to think about it. Matt Ryan's not a bad quarterback. So now they have Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Those 3 alone is going to be almost impossible to stop. I mean, think about it. Julio Jones is a freaking nature with the way he plays. Calvin Ridley can take the top off of the speed.
Right.
And Kyle Pitts, you say you have all these corners, but you're going to have to put a linebacker on him sometimes, and he's going to
Martinez.
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 And that's what I'm saying. Martinez can't cover Kyle Pitts.
And what I'll say this, I'll say Matt Ryan has to get rid of the ball first, and I believe we have the rushers to put that pressure on Matt Ryan. That's what I believe.
And it's in Atlanta, or is it in New York?
Oh no, it's in New York. That's in New York.
So you guys are 3-0 to start the season.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. To be clear.
And then you have the Saints next.
And then we have the Saints in the Saints in New Orleans to start off our 2-game road game. Again, like we mentioned in the beginning, transition from Hall of Fame quarterback to a new era. I think that's 31-17 us easy.
Well, 4-0.
Now, Sneaky, let me ask you: Are you gonna pick 17-0?
We'll just wait and see.
Because I mean, I just don't see it. I don't.
Well,
even
no
see
shit,
4-0.
dude.
I don't even see 4-0.
no, genius. No one's gonna go 17-0, bro. Come on, dude.
But I'm saying that he's got his team going 4-0
Sneaky's just
already.
trolling you right now, man.
I mean, I could tell he was trolling me after saying he's gonna beat the Saints. In New Orleans.
Yeah, in New Orleans. And
hey, I think you have a better chance beating New Orleans than you do the Falcons, actually, bro. So
okay, I can see that.
So your first 4 games. Wait, now, Clary, let me ask you a question.
yes.
Do you want to give your prediction as well as 4-0, or do you want to play?
I already said 0-2 for the first 2 games.
Well, no, I get that, but I mean, do you want to play devil's advocate for both teams, or because
I can speak. Hey, you two are more. You're a huge homer, and Cowboy Hippie is a semi-pro homer, and I'm a realist dude here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
I go
about.
for the Cowboys, dude, but I'm not. I'm not gonna say 4-0 out the gate. I really think I ain't bullshitting you. I think it's an easy 0-2. I still have the Cowboys winning the division though.
At 9-8.
Yes, at 9-8. At 9. That division is not much better than last year, bro. It might be a little worse. If you throw Philly is going to be horrible, dude. Philly is going to be horrible this year. They might win 3 games, dude. They're going to be bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why 2 from them. Split 1 with you all. Split one with the Redskins or the football team, and therefore I think we take 2 from the Eagles though. So
I think everybody takes 2 from the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they should.
Now, if we beat Tampa first game, does that change your mind a little bit of how good this team can be?
Me or him?
You.
Well, absolutely, dude. I mean, I would be sitting here lying to you, bro, if I told you it wouldn't change. Hey, man, if they win, hell yeah, dude. I mean,
Defending champs.
how are they going to win? 45-44, 23-20. A
You're
lot
right.
has to do with that too, man. You know,
Yeah.
going in, but I mean, a win's a win at the end of the day. But of course that changes ish. I mean, that has to change. If you go into Tampa Bay with a defending Super Bowl champion, you win.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
matters how you beat them too, like you
That'll
said.
change a lot of, it'll change a lot of the way I think about it, man. That doesn't mean like I said numerous times already, I think the Cowboys win this division at 9-8. And so, but I mean, I want to know, that'd be awesome. But I still think they come out the gate 0-2.
Okay.
So when I was at work on Wednesday, when the first game was leaked out, I was at work. Somebody came in the office and who's a Cowboys fan, diehard Cowboys fan. He immediately said, "Do you know who we're starting off with?" And I said, "No." He said Tampa, and I was like, "Oh." He said, "Yep, here we go, another season, 0-1," and that came from a diehard Cowboys fan.
Because
I mean,
Cowboys fans are like that. They're so bad. Like you have the realistic Cowboys fans, which is kind of like what Mark is,
like Larry.
and you got the ones that are like they see one thing that's wrong with our schedule or anything. Oh, we're gonna lose. We're done. They have no optimism for our team. And Tampa Bay's not a juggernaut. Remember, they went 10-6 last year. I mean, they barely made it. They barely made it to the wild card, so they're not a juggernaut.
They went 11-5 last year, and they weren't the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoffs.
No, they weren't the 6th. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they still went. But what I'm saying is, they're not a juggernaut like everybody's saying. They can be beat easily.
Well, let's just look at what they did though at the end of the year. I'm just saying, man, they played like a juggernaut at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean,
when it matters the most.
Brady turned it on when he needed to.
Yeah,
and
the defense turned it on when they needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, dude. I just don't see. I don't know, man. 0-2. Who do they got the third game again? Remind me of the 3rd and 4th.
Okay, so we have the Eagles in Dallas on the third game. That's
right. Win. Okay, I remember that one.
That's a Sunday night too. That's gonna be a Sunday night first home game. It's gonna be packed house. They're gonna win that one. And then we got Carolina at home.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Now I remember. Yeah, that's exactly. I have 2-2 after 4. Okay. I have 2-2 after 4.
Okay. Yeah, which Carolina, they still don't know what's going on at quarterback. I mean, they got Sam Darnold.
Right.
You could say he's the starting quarterback, but I just don't see it. Their offensive line is still a little iffy. But yeah, so you got them going 2-2 the first 4 games. I can honestly say we're going to be 3-1. Okay. We're going to beat Los Angeles Chargers. They didn't show that much for me to be like, okay, their team can be, on the rise after one season. So we'll see. They lost a lot of pieces on their defense. But yeah.
Now due to free agency? Is that what you're?
Yeah, free agency. They lost a guy from retirement on their offensive line. I think it's Pouncey. So yeah, and then they lost. Keenan Allen is a great receiver, but was it Mike Williams? Is he a good number 2? So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, you also got to keep in mind that with Darnold joining Carolina, he is reunited with what is it? Allen? I think it is Allen.
Mm-hmm.
That was with the Jets.
And Robbie Anderson, the receiver.
Anderson, yeah. Right. That's right. That's what I meant, Anderson. I know they were saying something about how he is reunited with one of his receivers from the New York Jets.
Now, did you see what Teddy Bridgewater said about Matt Rule this past week?
I didn't read that article. What did he? I know he went off a little bit.
So he was saying Matt Rule and the offensive coordinator during the week, they only practice red zone offense for like half the day on a Friday. Okay. And that they really didn't practice 2-minute offense either. And to me, that's the most 2 important things in the NFL. I mean, if you're a quarterback that can't, or offense that can't do well in the red zone or in 2-minute, there's no way you're going to win. And the Panthers were 0-8 in close games last year. And I think that has something to do with it. Now, Teddy Bridgewater isn't the greatest quarterback, but if you're telling me the coordinator and the coach are practicing like that, what makes you think they're not going to do the same thing with Sam Darnold?
Well, I mean, you got to keep in mind that was a rookie quarterback. I'm sorry, not rookie quarterback, rookie coach from collegiate level. And maybe he's going to change up some processes and some practice schemes.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have to look at it that way. I knew that Bridgewater did go off on the preparation of the team, but I didn't know what kind of detail he went into. I never got back to reading that article. But now let me ask you guys this. Do we treat it as gospel of what Bridgewater said, or do we treat it as a salty player that only got a shot 1 year and then got traded the next?
Go ahead.
I take it more of a little salty player, man.
Okay.
I mean, because what Bridgewater did, bro, that's gonna haunt him the rest of his career now, man. I don't know why these guys talk like that when they leave a team, bro. And so to me, Bridgewater almost feels like his career is coming to an end, crazy way. But I mean, I think it's more salt, and maybe a little bit's true, maybe a little bit of it's true, bro. But that's hard to believe that an NFL team, like Ish said, does not practice more red zone and 2-minute drills, bro.
Right.
It's hard to believe, man.
Now, with Teddy Bridgewater, his resume is not the greatest. I mean, he's jumped on how many? I don't know. He was Minnesota, New Orleans, Carolina, and now Denver. That's 4 teams, and he's only been in NFL for, I think, seven years.
Well, I mean, since his injury,
right?
The Vikings. My understanding is the head coach didn't really want him, or either the head coach didn't want him, but the ownership did, or vice versa. So once he got injured, they got to go. I mean, that's pretty much the way out of the situation. That's why he got traded or released. I can't remember his situation with the Saints. But then when he signed with Carolina, which I thought Carolina was a good fit for him. Okay. But I guess Matt Rule wanted Darnold, and they traded. So I wonder what they gave up for him. Was it a number 1 pick or?
No. No. For Sam Darnold?
No. When they traded Bridgewater to the Broncos, I can't remember what it was.
No, yeah, they didn't trade him for pretty much nothing. I think it was like a 6th-round pick.
What's Carolina's coach name again?
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
Did you guys hear? Speaking of Matt Rule, did you guys hear his convo with the long snapper?
Yes,
dude.
No, what?
That was pretty funny, man. He drafted a long snapper, and they recorded the conversation between them, bro. It's one of the coolest conversations I've ever heard between a kid getting drafted and a head coach. It was really more comfortable than I would imagine, man. Like,
agree.
You just drafted me, and he's talking to Coach Rule like he was one of his homies, man. It was kind of cool and kind of weird all together, man. But that kind of when I heard that conversation, I was like, yeah, see, Coach Rule is probably more of a player's coach. It sounded like, But I had to throw it out there, man. If you get a chance, Sneaky, listen to that conversation. It's pretty funny, man. When he drafted that long snapper.
Well, I mean, what was the summary of the conversation like?
So it was in the 7th round, and he was calling him. He's like, "You ready to join us?" And he thought he was going to go undrafted, so he thought he was going to have to wait for other teams to call and stuff like that. And so he's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting to hear from my agent." And he said, "No, we picked you." He's like, "No way." And he was like cussing with them, like he's like, he's like, "No effing way." He's like, "Are you freaking serious?" Going crazy. And it just like Mark said, it really shows that he's a player's coach. Now, to me, I think he got that from his college, college days.
What college did this long snapper come from?
He went to Baylor. The last school he was at was Baylor, and
that was the long snapper.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I'm not even sure where he's from, dude. Because he wasn't going to get drafted, so I guess
3 long snappers win in this draft.
I know, but
which
that
kid never happened.
But you know what? Those long snappers have long careers, man.
They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Them and kickers.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up. Carolina Panthers have traded quarterback Terry Bridgewater to the Denver Broncos for a 6th-round pick. Look at you, cowboy hippie. In the NFL draft, it was announced Wednesday the Panthers will pay $7 million which isn't too bad, to Bridgewater. The Broncos will pay him $3 million, and this is according to Adam Schefter.
So he got $10 million.
Look at you, Cowboy Hippie. Act like you know your stuff. Look at you.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at you.
That rest, I guess, it got my brain working again.
I ain't mad at you.
I would still. I don't even think he's going to be the starter in Denver. They have, who is it? Teddy Bridgewater and
Luck. They got Drew Luck.
Drew Lock. Yeah,
Luck. That's right. Luck, not Luck. Luck. Yeah.
I'm not scared of either of those quarterbacks. So, and y'all got them first week, so that's good for y'all.
Hey, are we going to do the whole season or are we going to chop this up in 4s? Because I want to get into a story, man, a college football story.
Go ahead.
And I want to have like 10 minutes to talk about it because it's pretty cool.
I didn't know
if we are going to chop it up at 4 on each show, on each episode.
Oh, well, you know what? We could.
Yeah.
Or we could try and bang through them out all, however we do it. But go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go with your story. What you got?
Well, a lot of people don't know what happened. The FCS Division II college football season ended today. And the champion is from Texas, baby. The underdog, the Sam Houston University Division II FCS school won the FCS national championship in Frisco, Texas. They played it in Frisco, Texas.
Today?
It was the longest season in the history of college football. If the story's crazy, the delays are crazy, how they played the season. Yes, today.
I would have went to the game had I would have known.
And even the game was delayed. The whole season was delayed, and then the weather delayed the middle of the game as well. And the game ended at the last minute as well.
What's crazy is they play on Frisco soccer field.
Right.
Like they don't even play at the Star. They still play outside, and it's on a soccer field, which is still a big stadium here in Texas.
It's pretty exciting because I mean I know people don't think Division II football at all, but you know what? It's a very talented division, man, and a lot of NFL players come out of Division II. And this school is right outside of Houston. It's in Huntsville, Texas. And they won the game in the last minute. It was a good game as well. They beat the number one team. They beat the number one team in the nation, man.
Now, is this the same division that runs with like North Dakota State and everything?
Yeah, South Dakota State was who they beat. The number one seed, South Dakota State.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I want to talk about it a little bit, man, because no one even knows that it happened. Even us in Texas.
I didn't even know
what was going on. But the season, just how long the season dragged out, what these kids had to play through. And where are we in? We're in May. We're playing a college football national championship.
And they started in what, September?
Yeah, they did. They dragged it out. I'm trying to look for the whole season. It was a crazy year, man.
Yeah.
People are doing spring ball right now, and at Division I, they're doing spring ball right now, and these guys are still playing for the championship.
And just think about it. In like what is this? This is May, right?
Yes.
So June, July, August, they're going to be back on the practice field defending their championship.
Well, they're supposed to. Yeah. I mean, if you go,
it's like.
Yeah, because it's going back to normal after this season.
They're going to be prepping for the next season, like 5 minutes after they get their championship rings.
But that's awesome.
Think about it.
But that's for Division II. I feel like they got to work harder than Division I. You know what I mean? That it's not easy for them to show what they're doing like it is for players who are playing on ESPN every Saturday and stuff like that. So hey, I give it to them. If you're still playing in May and still playing, with your heart out every single game, I mean that's tough. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. That's a baseball season almost.
I'm gonna be honest with you too, dude. I didn't even know that Sam Houston State was even good. I didn't even know, dude.
Right.
That's sad, man, that they don't get no publicity, nothing out there, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know they were in the national championship. Dude.
You know what? You're right, though. With Texas being the Mecca, I'll even put Texas before Florida. Take it as a hot take or whatnot.
Right.
And to be fair, I haven't seen high school football in Florida, but I've seen it in Texas. And damn. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't even advertised.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm like. That's kind of like my mind's a little blown. And so apparently somebody did watch the game. Greedy D did, and then also Townicus. I knew about it as well, but he didn't watch.
Where are you guys from? Do you know where they're from? Are they in Texas? Because
Well, I know Townicus. He's from Atlanta.
wow, see, he knew about it, dude.
Wow,
He's
that's
in
crazy.
Atlanta.
Greedy D is like Rhode Island,
Wow.
East Coast area. Oh, I'm sorry.
New York.
New York.
New York.
Yep, New York. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Guys, where they played this game is considered Dallas Fort Worth.
Mhm.
It's where they played the championships is where we live. It's another suburb of Dallas Fort Worth, but it's our area, and we didn't hear about it.
Mhm.
I believe all of 10 fans watched the game.
Now I
Everybody's playing
wonder.
basketball.
So I wonder if any of these guys got drafted. I mean, how does that work? Could these guys have gotten any?
No, because now basketball is different than football. Okay, football players or college football players, of course, they got to wait 3 years before they get drafted.
Right.
Once the football player gets an agent, they're no longer eligible.
Right, but
Basketball players have it different. They can enter the NBA draft, not get an agent, don't get drafted, they still keep their eligibility. However, if they get an agent, they're no longer eligible to play.
I gotta look it up, dude, because I could have read it somewhere. There's some kind of waiver or something because of the season, but I don't know.
That might be true.
That's unfair, man. Imagine you're a senior, bro, and your team is still playing in May.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
No,
not
you're
cool,
right.
dude. You know what I mean?
But also think
Oh.
about it as the seniors who it was their senior year and their season.
Oh,
was
I
canceled due to
know.
COVID.
Oh, I feel so bad. Oh man.
You know,
You know what, Townicus? I don't watch ESPN anymore, bro, unless it's a game. I don't go to them for news. I don't go for them for highlights. I only tune into ESPN if there's a game on that station. So I guess maybe that's why. And that's so different from years ago, though, bro. Sports Center would be on my TV all day.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now.
now.
I go for them for news. I go for them for everything because actually they're the only news that I prefer to watch because not that many people die when you watch sport news.
No, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I didn't see it too much. It says, but the players get an NFL recommendation about where they may go ahead of time, which is true.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, which is true. They get their prospect level. Now, it was also brought to my attention. I have in my area, my office, a father whose son played for a D1 school during COVID. And his son happened to come in and the father explained, hey, my son played for this college, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say the name of the college. And I told him, I'm like, oh my God, do you think about getting drafted? Do you think about whatever? He said to me that COVID messed him up, like his chances. He said, you got to think about it. It's already hard.
Mhm.
It's already a struggle to even get a call to the combine, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And let alone get drafted. Now, throw in a pandemic
Right.
to where there's no more combine. All you get is pro days.
Yeah.
And, I asked him a question about this year's draft. I said, how do you feel about the players coming out? In my mind, I'm thinking he's going to say that, some of these people he actually competed against and he beat them, he had got the best of them, if you will. He was so professional. He just said to me that there's a possibility of him, he could have been drafted had he would have had similar opportunities.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole COVID, I mean, it just messed with a lot of people this year. A lot of people.
Me and Scotty Battleships went out to watch some elite high-level junior hockey a few times out in Dallas, man. And we talked to some of the parents about it as well. Same effect on what COVID's done for that sport as well. I guess for any sport, the parents were concerned about, the colleges aren't looking at them now. No one's, The scouts weren't allowed. A certain amount of scouts were allowed certain
Right.
places. So
Yep.
the whole thing, but what I think that might work out differently, I think in the next couple of years at least, we're going to see a lot of kids go to their local college. I think it's going to change
Agree.
a little bit for the next couple of years. So you might see more kids staying in Texas because Texas football players find a way to leave Texas somehow with all the powerhouses here. But I think it's going to change a little bit. These kids aren't going to travel as far. I think the parents want them to stay a little closer because of the pandemic. So that might make an impact on local colleges, man. We'll see. That's just my opinion. But
It's
we'll
going to
see.
probably make junior college a little bit bigger.
That too.
And more
Yeah.
talent. But also, you got to think about it. It affected the high school players even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones fighting just to get a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me that your senior year you can't even fight to get that last scholarship, or if you even got it offered, that hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? You can't you can't have a 5th-year option in high school. You know
Right.
what
Well,
I
I
mean?
know someone that happened to. My friend's son, dude, was a in El Paso-ish, all city baseball player, and all the offers, a lot of the offers started fading away, dude.
Mhm.
And he ended up going to a JUCO, like you said. He ended up going to JUCO, man, for a couple of years to hopefully get back up to Division I. But yeah, I saw it happen firsthand with one of my good friends in El Paso.
Luckily, with baseball, I mean, a lot of players make it out of JUCO.
Oh, baseball is the one sport where you get number one picks and stuff at a JUCO. A lot of
JUCO,
guys
high
from the
school.
Dominican, a lot of guys from the Dominican, Puerto Rico, they go play JUCO ball to build up their stock resume. When I was playing JUCO ball, 7 of the players on my team were from Puerto Rico. So
Ranger, right?
Ranger, Texas. So I saw that firsthand, man. About that, So
Ranger's
So-
one of the biggest schools that does that, by the way.
right.
So Tonica says, Clary, that's a good point, and it seems to keep coming up.
Right.
I'm assuming, was it the hockey? Was it the hockey?
I think maybe how kids aren't gonna go as far away to school.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
That might be it, but
Gotcha.
but that's
gotcha.
what the parents were saying that I was talking to, because in hockey's different than every other sport. You can be a 15-year-old man, 16-year-old, and you go play in the juniors up in Canada, instead of going
Right.
to college. Hockey is such a different sport. So instead of now going and getting to play with professionals at a teenage year, they're gonna stay local. Like what's around here, bro? There's
Yeah.
no major colleges. You got only club teams in Texas.
Yeah.
Shout out UTEP Miners. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
You only get club teams, so you gotta travel up north or the Midwest or the northeast to play Division I hockey.
It's like soccer.
Well, no, soccer's
I'm-
at D1
I'm saying
everywhere.
Well, I'm saying it's not as big here. Like, you got to be super talented to get a Division I scholarship.
Right.
Because a lot of people when I was in school, they're the ones that left Texas real quick. Was the soccer players? A lot of them went to the East Coast. A lot of them even went to Canada to play soccer. I mean, it's crazy how far they have to travel just to get a scholarship. It's not like baseball. You can get it JUCOs all around the corner. A lot of people go to like Georgia or Virginia, stuff like that. But
and also basketball too.
definitely basketball.
Basketball as well. But speaking of basketball, real quick,
Right.
or so you got hockey playoffs starting off as well.
Yeah.
Where are the Stars?
They're
gone.
not in the playoffs.
Are they not in the playoffs this year?
They're gone.
What was their record last year or this year? It's funny you bring that up. Hold on, Nick. How much did it cost for your friend to play hockey? So you were talking about junior hockey. Nick had a friend of his that's playing in like an upper.
So he's in like the top hockey for Colorado.
Right.
And he said for AAA, which is the top,
Yeah.
Okay.
it was 24 or 27,000.
27,000.
And then
Okay.
and then AA, which is one below AAA,
Okay.
which he was in, but now he's in AAA, was about 14 to 17,000.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is the deal with hockey, man. It's
Thanks, Nick.
people don't think about it, but it's the most expensive sport to play.
Yeah.
Because all that money, what Nick was talking about, a lot of it goes to just ice time. and then goes into travel because these guys have to travel.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what, man, when you go to these events, I mean, they're these. You look at the parking lot, man. They're all these fancy cars, bro.
Yeah.
So you know this is people with a lot of money. Now, I'll tell you this though, these kids starting at 8, 9, 10 years old that play club, they
Yep.
walk around in suits. They show
Yes.
up to their games in suits.
Mhm.
And they start teaching them that at a young age, pride, respect. And it's pretty cool, dude. Now, I understand it's an expensive sport, you know, and that sucks, bro. That's so expensive to play. Because trust me, my daughter figure skates, guys, and she's at a pretty high level. We have to pay every time she gets on the ice, whether it's for practice, you pay for everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they charge it by the 30 minutes. So think
That's
about
crazy.
that. Yes. Charge it by the 30
And
minutes.
that time goes by so quick too. You know,
Yeah, so
like,
you pay like someone like us, we pay like six months in advance, and they just log it. They log the time. So she goes in, she tells them higher than Clary, and log in and log out.
Gotcha.
So
And it's a lot harder to get places to get skating time like that around here.
right,
I mean,
That
well,
too
yeah,
is-
yeah.
now they're making star centers everywhere. But there wasn't. I would say that just happened within the past 5-6 years, if
Yeah.
that. Because
Yeah.
beforehand, I remember the only ice skating ring I saw was in the mall, and
Right.
that's the only place they would have hockey games in high school too.
yeah.
so
think
it's
about
gotten
it,
a little
dude.
bit bigger.
And we're in Dallas Fort Worth, bro, and we have a limited amount. Like in El Paso, bro, there's only 2 places. Still, we're talking about 1 million people. You got 2 places to skate, dude.
Mm.
So you know that's not going to do nothing over there, man.
No.
I mean, it's impossible.
That's
So,
why he
but-
kept playing over here.
I actually wanted to put Nick into hockey because I figured it, it'd be a good contact sport, get him ready for football. And Nick was like, I don't want to play hockey. And then I almost got on him. I'm like, what do you mean? You're gonna, it's gonna take time because sometimes he doesn't want to put in the work.
Right.
Okay. And so that's kind of, and then he's like, no, and then he told me, but he only told me about the one step below where his family was playing, which was between the 14 and the 1700.
Mhm.
Or I'm sorry, 1,000.
Right.
It's 14,0. And before, I was like, at first I thought he said 1,400. He was like, oh, that's not bad. 14,000 isn't bad.
Well,
And when he said that to me, and I'm like, oh, 14,000. Well, yeah, you ain't playing hockey.
I mean, the coaches are getting paid too. This is not just like they're volunteer
right.
coaches.
Oh no,
These
right,
guys-
right.
A lot of these guys are former professional players, or at least at a high level. So yeah, dude, even the coaches. I mean, even select baseball coaches get paid now.
Mhm,
But
Which is crazy.
I know.
It's
Right.
But yeah, those coaches and they make a good. They make a living. Let's just say.
A lot of the
not-
coaches are not.
they're
even
not
they quit their
hurting.
jobs.
No, not at all. And when I went the following day, I have a friend of mine who is paraplegic, and they play hockey. Well, they used to play hockey for the Stars. The hockey club for the Stars, because they would sponsor them at one time. And he was like, yeah, the most of that cost is, like you said, the travel time, the ice time, and the refs. They got to pay for the refs too. The refs, the coaches. And yeah, I mean, it's funny how everything gets included into that, and then the arena and all that. So
They do fundraisers. Some are even at a certain level. At a certain level, you can even get like a scholarship-ish type of thing.
right,
But
yeah,
I mean, dude, because there's some guys that don't have that money, man, but they got that skill. They'll make it work, dude.
Yeah.
They'll make
Yeah.
sure that kid's
Oh,
on
yeah.
that team, bro.
Mhm.
Because you're gonna get some talented kids that are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, but they don't have that kind of money, bro. But
Right.
you'll get a good coach or some parents or somebody will sponsor that kid, make sure he's playing, dude, because they see that talent in him.
Yeah.
There's some good people out there, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. But with hockey, that's another sport where the season is so long. So the Stanley Cup playoffs just started 2 days ago.
Right.
It won't end till June or July, and that's just the playoffs.
I think it's July.
Yeah,
June, July. I think it's August.
It
Dude,
matters
no,
because they turn around and start. They turn around. Them the NHL season is so long. They only have a couple months off.
Well, this
after the
one started a
season is-
little bit different too.
Oh,
This one
Yeah.
started a little bit later.
wait. So I know in a normal setting, the hockey season would end the same as the NBA, which would be in April, which would take the season to like early June.
Mhm.
But yes, you're right. Now with this delay,
Mhm.
but it's also a shorter season too due to COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might end like in July. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good possibility. Yeah, I could see that. But I know you guys are diehard Stars fans, and I don't mean to add insult to injury, but did you check out the Rays Stanley Cup? Right, the Stanley Cup ring.
No.
The Tampa Bay Lightning.
I'm sorry, yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
It's
the Stanley
not.
Cup. I think this is one of the best Stanley Cup rings ever.
I
Ever
might agree
made.
with you. I might
Ever
agree
made.
with you. It reminds me of who was it? The Patriots when they got their 5, like how they laid it out with the diamonds and everything like that. That's what
Right.
it reminded me of that. I know you asked about the Stars record. We went 23-19 and 14. So the last number
Okay.
is a matter of overtime losses. So when you go to overtime in hockey, you automatically get 1 point, but if you win, you get 2 points. The Stars were horrible in overtime this season. We had a lot of injuries. One of our star players didn't come in until the last quarter of the season. Our best goalie was out the whole season. So we had a bunch of injuries, but at the same time, it made us see a lot of the young kids. Robertson, he's a Pacific Islander player, and he might be our best player the next 2 years. This kid is a beast.
If the Stars make the playoffs, this kid would have run Rookie of the Year.
Yep, you're exactly
The
right.
thing that hurt him is the record. He's good, dude. The Stars found another good young stud, bro.
They do it every year. It's insane.
and it's but Sneak Ish was right, dude. The Stars battled injuries all year.
Okay.
And they just couldn't get a dub in overtime, man. Like he said, dude, and it just kind of dragged out the season. But Robertson, dude, this kid's a real deal, man. Stars found another one.
We got 3 kids. We have 3 players on the Stars that are under 25. Heiskanen are probably the best defensive player in the NHL right now, top 3 at least.
Yeah, he's top three.
Hintz was our rookie last year, and he's a beast. And then we got Robertson, and now also our backup goalie was a rookie.
Yeah,
He made it to the Olympic team. Him and Robertson made it to the Olympic team this year.
Right.
So that just shows you, and they're American league players. So it shows how much it's growing because they used to be only Canadian and Russian players.
Robertson's
Man.
from California, dude.
Yeah. But he's a Pacific Islander.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
West Coast guy making it to the NHL. That's crazy.
Hey, I don't want to see this shit. Why do I want to see it? I haven't looked at it for a reason, Sneaky.
Yeah, it's nice though.
I don't know. These rings are getting ridiculous this year.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not sure. I guess Stockholm was their motto, I guess, this year, and
They haven't showed Tampa's, right? That's usually like right before the season starts.
yeah, Tampa should get theirs in June.
Okay, like right before preseason and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got you.
And
Man, that's crazy. Rookies are already showing up in the NFL right now. They had the whole rookie minicamp.
Right.
So
Yeah,
next is
and-
OTAs, right?
And there was some issue with Tony not having the correct shoes, so he was running routes with no shoes on.
How
I'm
did
like,
that happen?
I don't know. But for me, that's kind of like, come on, really? I mean, are we that desperate for NFL news that we're talking about a rookie running routes with no shoes on? Come on now.
Now, did you see
You know?
another player that he had the wrong size cleats also, and he had like the nastiest blisters on his toes? I mean, they were bad. Like it cut like 4 layers of his skin off his toes. But I'm like you're saying, like, why are we seeing this as stories right now?
Right.
I mean, I understand the NFL is slow and everything like that, but they should start letting more cameras into the practices Why is it so secretive? You know what I'm saying? Like the Cowboys can't even tweet until the practice is over. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Well, I mean, like the players or the people.
Well, no, just like the
Cowboys
media.
at all?
Why can't the media like have a camera out there and put more clips on Twitter or ESPN and stuff like that? Like it's real hidden. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
It might be because of rules and either rules and protocol from the league or the team itself. Some teams didn't even. I think there's some teams that are opting out of OTAs. Yeah. I think there are some, and I know the Giants are one of them.
I wouldn't. I mean, after what happened last season, you got to get as much time as you can with your players.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Snow news day. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I did want to bring up something since we're almost done. Since I wasn't here last week, I didn't get to really ask y'all about what y'all thought about the Canelo fight and Saunders. There was a lot of back and forth of how it went. The way he got knocked out was his corner through the flag. What do you think of that, Mark? I've seen worse injuries in boxing, and he was taunting the whole fight. Now, while I was there, every time he would taunt, it'd get loud in there. And for him to be taunting, sticking out his tongue to Canelo, all this, all that, and for him to quit after only 3 uppercuts?
Nah, bro, he didn't. Look, dude, he didn't quit, bro. He broke his fucking eyeball, man.
I mean, I get it,
dude. I'll tell you what. I wish it wouldn't have happened because he was hanging in that fight, bro.
Ooh, you're right.
I mean, I'll tell you what, it looked. A couple of the scorecards I looked at had Canelo losing after those first few rounds, and I mean that's all. You know, that's all hearsay because we'll never know.
It was 9th round. That's a tied,
but no, dude, and but me and Canelo are best friends now. I just want to throw it out there, guys. We're best friends now,
that's right. That's right.
So I want to throw that out there.
We'll
talk about that later.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean,
we'll talk about that later, dude.
Once you get that blue check mark on TikTok, things change.
But no, that's interesting-ish. But I don't think he quit. Dude, the guy might not ever fight again. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I heard it.
So he didn't quit, bro. He might have ended his career. But I think throwing in the towel is the best thing, bro, because now he might not. That injury is serious, man. He could have went blind now, bro. If you look at everything, a boxing match is not worth it, bro. No,
you're absolutely right. But I've seen this injury at least 3 times when I'm watching boxing. I remember when it happened to Cotto.
Right.
His eyes got the way it happened. It was more of his eye, and Saunders, it was his eye socket and his cheekbone.
Look, dude.
So if he would have gotten hit one more time, like you said, his eye could have popped out.
If you're looking at the 11th, 10th, 11th championship rounds, 12th, you're telling your corner man, I'm finishing this fucking fight. It happened kind of early, so there was. You're at the last 2 rounds, you finish the fight, especially for a real title, especially it's Canelo. But that early in the fight, bro, the corner has to. They at the end of the day, bro, they're there to protect you, man. Your corner is there to protect you. So I think they did the right thing.
No, but the crazy thing is that that wasn't the only fight they did that. So the undercards,
right?
There was 2 other fighters that got called early, and it was by the refs, and it was kind of it was a light featherweight fight, and they called the fight, and the guy after he lost, he was still in the middle of the ring throwing punches, like saying he still had it. So it was just crazy. It was a crazy night with the fights. But I did see a comment here that it said that anyone think Canelo was gonna lose. Now, my dad is one of the biggest boxing fans ever. I mean, he follows it with everything. He was there with me, and he was right there next to me, and he said Canelo is gonna lose this fight if it goes all 12. Yeah. And I agreed with them because Canelo wasn't really showing me how he won his other fights. He wasn't throwing that much combos, and he was getting hit a lot. If you saw Canelo's face, he was getting a little swollen on his eyes. So if it would have went 12, it would have been a different story. Is there going to be a fight too? I don't think so. I think Saunders' career might be done. So I don't know. But the next Canelo fight is he's gonna have to show a lot more, because if it's gonna be a close one like that, I don't know.
Well,
you gotta tell me something.
We are gonna have to end it right there. I think that's a good spot.
What's going on, guys? Hey, man, there's a lot going on in this world. There's a lot going on in the Middle East right now, man. I'm not here to judge anybody out there on either side. What's going on in the Middle East? I want to say my thoughts and prayers are with everybody out there. They're going through this. There's kids dying. There's innocent people dying. And I like I said, I talked to Sneaky about this before the show, man. I just want to say my thoughts and prayers are with everybody in the Middle East right now, man. And everybody out here that joined us tonight, thank you very much, man. And we'll see you next week. Much love, guys.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cowboy Hippie. I'm add with what Mark said. I think as us as Americans, we forget how spoiled we are. Seeing other countries when I was in the military, you don't appreciate the small things that we have in this great country of the United States. So yes, all the prayers to the Middle East. Just imagine if it was your family. So much prayers from our family to y'all's. Have a great week, and remember, mental health is important. And please take care of yourself. And go Cowboys.
Yeah, you could have kept that last part. Yeah, so Clary was right. We did talk about this in the beginning, actually before the show started, and somebody asked about this. Asked my opinion on it, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to act like I know everything, but what I do know, life is important. I'm not going to say I'm for or against something that I'm not fully educated on, but I am educated on life, and it's precious, and we need to enjoy it. And anything that interrupts that, I'm definitely not for it. That being said, we love you guys. Thank you so much for allowing us to enter your homes this weekend, this Sunday. I hope y'all have a blessed week. I hope to see you all next Sunday as well. And let's go, Giants! Oh!
I'ma keep it 100 here, man. Look, to be honest, y'all ain't even on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all ain't even supposed to be here, but since we all here, let me tell you what's real, to be honest. Y'all